Hello everyone, PaperSpock here, and I'm about ready to pick back up where I left off from last time. I had to leave a little bit abruptly, but we were in the middle of visiting my RC, and I was going to see if I could track down a mirror. I wonder where the game left me because I closed out of it. Let's go back to them. I think that's the village elder, isn't it? Yes. Good faith to you. Good faith to you. Maybe it's not. A touching scene, mistress. Should we leave now, mistress? No, I didn't want to say let's get out of here. I flipped around. Don't leave. Thank goodness they did that secondary prompt. Or wait, no! Oh, that's a funny way of handling that. So the Emperor is hiding on the hideout moon. They brought the shrine and the foil with them. And they hid the foil inside the figurine. Kaya must have been important to him. The last Emperor was truly intending to hide for the remainder of his life. Oh, mistress. I have observed that most humans do not wish to be alone. I wonder who she was. Who she really was. If the Emperor took Kaya to the ruined moon and hid her, then it wasn't Renba who hid the foil at all. He didn't even find it. No, I didn't want to go to the field. Stop. Album mark while I walk. There's not many people tending all of these crops. Plants are not like pigs. They do not require constant husbandry. What do you know about pigs? I mean people. I meet people. They are also livestock. There must be someone here I can talk to. I want to find Amir. I want to say hello. Amir, how you doing? What's going on? I want to maybe talk to the mysterious pig again. Ugh. I stepped in something. Mud, mistress. I know what mud is, Six. Of course, mistress. On Elbreth, your people build houses from it. Will your tracks cope with the muck? Of course they will. They clean themselves, too. Let's return to the well. See what's over there. Not sure why that's an option. It's interesting to me that that's an option. Oh, I hope they're not going to give me an option to take the figure back. That would make me sad. I wouldn't want to do that. I mean, I guess it was an option they could offer. Touching scene, mistress. Are you ready to go yet, mistress? Soon, not yet. I wanted to say hello to Amir. Until I've said hello to Amir, I'm gonna wander around here. Trying to remember what part of the village we saw him in last. You know, Renba must have seen that figurine of Kibenya. He must have seen the goddess on Myrcy, too. He didn't think to take it to them. He was too concerned with his own finds. I wonder if I had met him, if I would have liked him. No, let's not go towards the field. Where on earth is Amir? Okay, I'm gonna get very lost if I don't try to come up with a strategy not to. So, we have that pig here. We have this tree. This tree is by an exit. We have the exit with the big tree, the house, the river. We'll see if that ends up doing me any good. Not sure it will. I get pretty lost in games, especially in 3D environments. back where I used to live, when I was at my college, I couldn't even, like, point in the direction of where I needed to go. Did you really sell 3 on Elbreth? I did sell 3. So you'd better watch yourself, 6. Whoa! I knew I had sold 3, but I was hoping I was going to be like, well, I sold 3, but only because 3 was broken, and I thought Early might be able to help. I thought maybe I would soften the blow a little that way. That is not the pen where we had seen. I think you would have struggled to override 3's primary user. Thus the sale would have been impossible. Hmm. Now I'm starting to question myself as to whether this is where a mirror even was at all. Is that a mirror? They're kind of short. Good faith to you. Good faith to you. Of course we got stuck in a cutscene. No. Maybe down here. In this part of the village. I see a pig over there. There's the well. Again, not back to the field. Maybe over this way in this area. Good faith to you. Good faith to you. Touching scene, mistress. Are you ready to go now, mistress? Don't hassle me. Oh, let's look in. Nope, we can't do anything with the axe. Is that where? I think that is where Amir had been last time. Amir's gone off somewhere. By my faith. I can't breathe. By my faith. It's too horrible here. What is going on? By my faith. It stinks here. We're gonna see how many times I can do this. By my faith. I can't breathe. Okay. It is doing the thing where it is starting to loop. By my faith. It's too horrible here. Okay. First I thought she meant it was too spooky. Something under the leaves. No, nothing here. Oh, you got my hopes up, game. You got my hopes up. Good faith to you. Good faith to you. That is the leader, actually. I do really wonder where Amir has gone. If it is possible to find her, if they just have him somewhere. Maybe we should look in the fields. Maybe he's working there. It makes some kind of sense, I suppose. We'll see. We'll see if we see anyone. That's not a mirror. Searching here, I'm searching there. Can't go in there. Well, we're just having a little voyage around. Looking around, seeing what we can see. Seeing if we see a mirror. Seeing... Okay, there's another field down there. Take the winding path. We're down on this level. It doesn't seem to be a mirror in the distance, so it's a little hard to see. I don't know if there was much of a point to what I've been doing. More rice. Yes, let's look at the more rice. Maybe there's an inscription on the rice. Do they grow anything else here? It would not appear so. We've been to the terraces. And there was not much to show for being at the terraces. I think it was worth going here. I'm not sure it's been worth looking for a mirror. I think maybe they did just load him off in some other zone or just... Let's look at our goddess statue again. I think I'm going to yield here. Back to the ship 6. Darn it. I really wanted to find something else. We've done all we can for now. This way, mistress. And so we left the surface of my Sea, the farming moon. Okay. So we haven't learned much today, other than just hearing some interesting reflection on some of the stuff we've learned. Aboard the Nightingale, we returned to the ship and sprang off into the water. The foil, mistress. I do not immediately recognize where it was produced. But that's our Empress, then. Can you track it down? I will triangulate the origin of the foil as best as I can, mistress. The actual crown of the Empire. I think so, anyway. Well, can I look at other artifacts here, I wonder? I think let's just start sailing. Let's start sailing. I will prepare the tackle, mistress. This is again an episode I'm recording a little on the late side. So we're going to... I feel like the site of the ancient library is somewhere I'm going to have to go. I'm going to go to the Withering Palace, because that's the most interesting to me right now in terms of new discoveries. Sailing to the Withering Palace in the Withering Ways is Silk Pass and Dioxean Space. Okay. Either path continues to our destination ahead at this junction, mistress. I can't remember if I thought it or if I said it. Oh, no. Oh, there we go. Trying to remember what Kaya told us about this place. She made it sound like somewhere she wanted to be. I'm so glad we were able to return the artifact, but also keep the foil. I did not get the impression she truly knew what the Withering Palace was, mistress. She seemed to be fixed in a state of some alarm. She was a recording, wasn't she? A recording, once made, can't change its nature. Let's see what's that over there. No, mistress. Maybe we'll get something to translate. The recording is just that. A ruin. It is a ruin from the Ioxian Empire, mistress. Just wait, mistress. I recovered a thin ribbon of paper. Most likely came from somewhere close to here. This book tells... Certain, maybe, is the next word. I know a few of these words. I'll have to guess the other three. The other three? This book tells... I like tells. True... story. This book tells only deception. I don't think it's only already. I think it's true. So in terms of words, cup is nonsense for this sentence. This book tells true cup. This cup tells true friend. That's also weird. Nothing person associated here. Distance an adjective, so I think that no, not by grammar one, because we eliminated cup because it wouldn't make sense. But also, I have no reason to believe cup would. Does this book tell true story of work? It does. I think that originates from the place we're after. We must be nearly there. This will make the site we're searching for easier to locate. Oh, another ruin? There's some distance up ahead on the right. A shipwreck of some sort. Yeah, let's go to the shipwreck. Here's the date from the Empire, mistress. It should only take a few moments, mistress. I found a toy for old scroll filled with curious computations. Just lying out there, and there's some printed symbols. Faded. This is really long. And we have lots of words we can choose from. So, open does work at the end, but it's the noun indicator before it. So, we don't want that to be there. Act is rarely something we want alone. Via... does it fit anywhere? Yeah, but there's the colon there. I don't think a colon is an ender. Operation? No. Wait, there, yeah. Operation or work. I think we can fill in and. Never. But then we have the one symbol. And that doesn't work for me. I have it starting something. I don't think that's right. I could be wrong on that, but I suspect it is not right. Goddess? I don't think I like goddess by itself. I think the symbols there, the location-ish symbol is connected somehow. Will or should? That again... No, I think that might be okay, actually. If the symbol for one is associated with the last of the characters. That could work. Fine. Yes. Ah, we did it well. Another long one, but I'm sure it reads as find. Now that's very long for something to mean find. So... last. 1 hour or slave. Ooh, this is tricky. So I see the time symbol. That would be Hmm. What if without the X this meant first? Uh, last necessarily tied up in time? Not sure. One? I don't think so. Hour? Slave? I think probably it's last. Last we'll find blank and operation. Blank will find blank and operation temple. The goddess symbol, it's a goddess location. Temple. So these are a slave or the slave will find. Let's try it with the slave will find the temple and the operation. Okay. Hour. Well, hour does not make sense at all. There's no instance where I could imagine this being hour. The last. The last will find. Temple and a temple and operation. One will find. I don't get if we what one like a person or someone, something like that. It's not very person-y the symbol. That also is the trouble with slave. I guess last. It's a little bit of a weird sentence. Last will find temple and operation. I can ask Huang to see it later. I'd say this was made on the site we're searching for. Yeah, I expected that. We're on the right track. We should make the exact spot we're currently after easier to find.
I once thought I saw a fish in the waters of the Silk Pass. But maybe it was a mermaid.
If this game had more of a budget, I understand why it doesn't. I don't begrudge it at this, but imagine having voice acting for all the little various bits, especially the ones that occur while you're walking around, trying to do something. Imagine how you could get different emotions in there. It's still very good about that, but the route was left up ahead, mistress. The steering while trying to process what I'm reading and answering prompts sometimes gets to be a little tricky to juggle. And they could have made maybe a little more elaborate conversations that way too. Either way, see if there's an obviously wrong path. Well, let's take the path on the right. It was too late. Oh well. So now let's take the path on the right again. But I don't think I'll try twice. I think the river joins in a way where I can't make a turn on it. Yep. Either river ahead leads to our destination, mistress. I always like that. Let's do the left one, because it'll lead me somewhere new, I think. I remember once reading something about in the game about there being a river segment that looked like one of the glyphs. I'm not sure where that was. Just kind of floating in my head is something I remember hearing, but I can't remember the context. The Withering Ways. There are unknown waters to the left that I believe will also reach our destination. Thank you, Sticks. Perhaps we should explore. I love this part of the music. Mistress, there is some kind of ruin some distance away on the left side of the river. Okay. I would love to explore it. Huh? I button mashed into getting the ruin early. From the Holy Empire. I will investigate, Mistress. I recovered a heavily scratched iron goblet for ceremonial occasions. It must have come from somewhere close by. It doesn't have an inscription around the base. I think it comes from the exact place we're after. We must be getting close. Okay, which way do we turn here? And a ruin there, so we want to turn left. More left. Ooh, another ruin. Shipwreck, even. I don't really care to try to further triangulate where we're going, but I would love... Ioxian Empire. Wait, mistress. I found a stone effigy of a jeweler. Just floating out there? It has been carved with glyphs. Hooray! This is the end of a longer line of text. Okay, death. Okay, hold. You. For... I believe you are correct with death, mistress. I'm convinced of hold, too. Okay, so the upside, the plumed comma somehow means hold, apparently. That is pretty notable. So that's almost certainly should not, shall not, will not. Okay, yeah. It's a negation of source, that makes sense. Death will not hold you for... I like how wine is an option. Okay, long. Long could be right. Don't think good. I think it's long. Because movement is more associated with length than it is with goodness. Yeah, I like this pretty well for translation. Death will not hold you for long. That will do for now. I have high hopes for this Withering Palace. I'll say this was made on the exact site we're looking for. It must be close by. This should make the site we're hunting easier to find. The site should be very easy to find by now. We just keep finding thing after thing. My findings suggest the Withering Palace is somewhere nearby. Let's look at our map. Okay, if we keep on kind of heading straight, we should find a ruin. This is an area of weaker flow once more, mistress. See, am I heading towards it still? Yep. I shouldn't be able to miss it now. As long as I... So, where do we go? I believe there is a very gentle force here. Just enough to sail. It may lead somewhere. It may not. I want to explore the ruin. A ruin. I would guess it dates from the Empire. It only take a few moments. I recovered a metal cup, marked with the Spiral of Iox. I wonder how long it's been out there. I don't know if I've ever heard of the Spiral of Iox. Sounds cool. This is one end of a fractured fragment of text. Ooh. Okay. Walk? I could see walk being in here somewhere, but I'm not actually... Wait, I totally am seeing it. Walk. Towards. That's reasonable enough so far. You... No, I don't think it's you. You're probably... Yes, you're. Walk towards something of your... No. Value? Ah, it's the adjective form of value. But, it's the noun form of the adjective form of value, perhaps. I don't think value goes there. I was just hoping it might end things if I put something there. What more can I put in? Of you are, yeah, okay. Fair enough. Those can't be the glyphs for walk after all. Oh! Oh, really? Ah! I I have two questions. The first is how I was using walk in the past, and the second is how I'm using it now. Excuse me. Let me think through this. Probably run is my next guess. Live, run, or sail. Sail, though, I'd love to see sailcloth. I know I had the word for sailcloth. One moment, I'm going to open my paint file, so I think I'll get silence for a moment while I open things up on my end quickly to try to find the noun for sailcloth in the little kind of database I made. One sailcloths. Okay. I have sailcloths now. In my mind, I'm pretty sure they don't match. Okay. I'll quickly see if I can flip over to show you. That's sailcloths. And, oops. That's sailcloth. I clicked off too soon. So, the second half, I'm pretty sure the symbol that we were looking at had the move or go symbol. So here we have noun, move, and then up. Now let's go to the game. We have noun, move, we don't have up. So that's kind of close to sail. Move by... Alright, maybe it is sail. Maybe it is sail. Sail towards blank of blank. Bottom. So, bottom is a location. Bottom is not up, and that's what I think the X and then little and the giant tall letter I means. So, sail towards the bottom of your goblet. This is a metal cup. Then sail is a weird choice. Live towards, but sail towards the bottom of your. These are all weird words, but drinks, I think, is in here. Excuse me. Like a drink. So, okay, so we have the colon in the middle. We have two halves. The second half looks very much like drink. Uh, let's look at value in its context to see if it could also mean hold. Treasures of great hold. No. No, and I'm pretty sure value. I'm still happy. Am I still happy with my translation for this one? Yes, I think I am. Now to work out what the other words mean. So let's just sail towards, not nebulas, sail towards the piece of your goblet. This is a weird inscription. A weird sentiment. There's nothing that's obviously jumping out to me as a normal thing, but goblet. This is a goblet. This is a metal cup. That's what it's on. Goblet is kind of noun, but so is a smile, but this is associated with a drink in some way. To some extent. We have some replication of symbols. Okay, sail towards the bottom of your goblet. That is such a strange sentiment. Like you're entering a little boat and you're riding down into a goblet. Run towards the bottom of your goblet. Run towards the piece of your goblet. Live towards the life of your goblet. Nothing is sounding normal. I'm just going to call it here. Sail towards bottom of your goblet. I think that's correct, okay. Maybe it was just a very unusual. Yes, of course. This was made on the place we're searching for, so we're on the right track. This should make the exact spot we're currently after easier to find. We're no longer in our search zone, mistress. Oh no, what happened? Oh, I think yeah, okay. We'll be re-entering it soon. We're gonna have a loop-de-loop. We are back within our search zone. Yes, good. I think maybe we used our discoveries to narrow it so we were no longer inside it. Feels so good to be back on our river again. Don't get used to that feeling. That usually doesn't last long when you say that. I think... Might I suggest turning right? Alright, we'll head off to our right. There's a path in the water. Okay, which way do we want to go? I think we want to turn right, but I'm going to quickly peek at my inscriptions, see what our solvable inscriptions are, since I haven't looked for that and looked at that in a little bit. Oh my word. Okay, waters divide us. Yes, that's what I was wondering. We would soon have confirmation for that. Okay. Annotated moon chart. Find path of fire path. What a strange phrase, but it's true. That's what it says. Found an ancient crown. That says... Oh, this is solvable, but we have some assembly required here. Okay. I'm down for this. I want to know what the crown says. Light. Could be of light, and we're learning word for of light. Forever. Sail. Sail forever. We. Something we sail forever. Rivers. Light. Of light we sail forever. Wind. Oh. Okay, sailing forever, alright. Blank, rivers of light, we sail forever. On rivers of light, our rivers of light, one river. One rivers of light. No, no, that doesn't match. Our rivers of light, we sail. No, that wouldn't be. No, it wouldn't be our. It's not emperors. It has to be on. Okay, waters divide us and join us. Okay, I will return from rivers. I will return from the rivers. Uncarved no shrine. Emperors shall never die. Okay, unsolved. We have plenty of those. Let's just peek at this one. This sword cannot be lowered. A machine. We're gonna call the dot that. Machine that violently separates. Because I'm assuming fire and violence might have some kind of connection from how we've seen it used. I don't think the verb form of fire is to make fire. I think it's more metaphorical. So I'm cool if it cannot be lowered. That's probably fine. So many translations. It would take a while to count them, even. Okay. Go back. Go ahead. Neither path is wrong. Excuse me. That'll take us to the right. That's not a real choice. That'll flow us forward. I think we're just automatically on the path to where we need to go. Because I think any decisions will bring us back together in there. Wayne told me of something in the Chronicles of Mazwai. It was an old poem about sailing the fiery path. I wonder if this is what it meant, this spray in the water. It's certainly not fiery, mistress. There are warm colors in the background, though, here. Ooh. Is this the Withering Palace up ahead? Has to be, right? There's something here. Let's go down. The Withering Palace. This is the place Kaya mentioned. How can there be a palace here?
We hoppered down into a narrow, rocky canyon. Waves of dust made it impossible to breathe.
Is this from the start of the game? Mistress? The air, it's getting to me.
This was the worst one yet.
You should not talk, mistress. The dust will get into your throat. We'd best keep moving. I'm gonna just keep quiet, maybe. No. This plate 6. This place is horrible. It is indeed horrible. But I told you not to talk. I'll talk when I like, robot. A wind shadow. Cool. A wind shadow. I like that idea. Okay. By the goddess and her imposters. A wind shadow. We're zooming in. I can't move the camera. I can move her, though. Okay, great. So how can I find wind shadows? How long can I last out here? Obviously, you have 2 minutes without shelter. After that, your lungs will begin to struggle. Let's hope there's a palace here within these walls. Yes, mistress. Nevertheless, opening your mouth will cause you hurt. The channel seems to get narrower. There's no way to know if it leads anywhere at all. There is no shelter. I fear you will not make it back.
Then we rounded a corner in the rock, and we saw it.
It's just like the one in the graveyard of the Emperors. Although this moon couldn't be more different. Well done, mistress. Of course, I never doubted it would be here. I hope this place is worth it. Who knows? But it is certainly a find. Ruins will provide a wind shadow, mistress. You are safe. I said there was an orangery here. How could anyone grow oranges in this? Assuming we have found the right place. Something must have changed. We've seen this kind of gate before. In the Emperor's graveyard. This site must be from a similar period, just as we were expecting. An inscription on the top bar of the gate. Symbols embossed into the metal. Ancient. This is the start of a fragment of text. Wishes? Rest. Of rest. This one has a lot of symbols, but I'm confident it says rest. House. Place. Place. Because that's what I think is the place symbol anyway. Place of rest work? This can't be another graveyard. Was this a hospital? Safely away from everyone else? Did Kaya die here after all? Let's see what we find
We
inside.
stepped through the ancient gate. The wind outside dropped to a hollow moan.
I really hope we don't have to go back through the storm. I am unsure I could even allow you to try, mistress. But why would Kaya have wanted us to come here? I don't understand it. A door, a little ajar. This door is open. The gap's too narrow to slide through. And it's jammed. I'll have to find a way around. Did this ever open? Perhaps, mistress. But I do not think it will open now. There is some kind of courtyard beyond. I can't make it out. Another inscription! I love the inscriptions. This one. This is the end of a line of text. Place of death. I can add my translation for place to my dictionary now. Not death, life. I'm silly. Place of life. Sounds like this really was a hospital. Somewhere people came where they didn't when they didn't have much longer to live. Did people die here? For people who were withering? This place doesn't seem grand enough to be a palace. There are no ornamental domes, no gardens. There must be more to this place. But what? See what's over in this room.
The room was filled with rows and rows of books.
So is this a library? A palace of knowledge? Withering? As paper withers? Perhaps. Mistress, it is an interesting theory. Seems a bit of a stretch, however. But we are not trying the door. We're going to remark. Kaya said she had a place here. Alongside the mechanicals, that's what she said. But all I see are books and dusty stones. I'll have to say, this place is very different than I expected. Books. Wang would love this place, if he could make it through the dust. I am certain he could not. Let's take one. I want to take them all and bring them to Wang and be like, here, Wang. Have at it. Chronicles of Mazwai. It's the book Wang is always reading. There are something in the order of 600 copies of Mazwai on Iox Mistress, but this one is not from Iox Mistress. This copy of Mazwai must be close to the original. Wang would love it. A book. There's ancient here. Lots of it. And that is a decent amount of text. This one is a phrase run together. Emperor. Robots. I think. I don't think that's the word for plants anymore. But maybe it is. Yellow? I'm certain my translation for robots is right now. This whole thing is one word. That sure is something. So, illuminate. Let's go through it symbol by symbol. This is a verb. Spoke, banished, feared, or illuminate. So, emperor. Feared would make sense. Banished would make sense. Those are the two that I think are most likely. Okay, so let's break this down. At. So, do something. I don't know what little symbol after the verb. So this is a verb of, so something with movement, person, at, move place, Not at. That feels like banished. Move, place, not at. So, Emperor banished robots below Earth. Bless plants. We'll leave it be. We will leave plants be. Now to work out what the other words mean. Emperor banished robots below Earth. Another way of saying they were buried. More evidence for robots being used during the Empire. Is this the library Huang told me about? It can't be, surely. It's not old enough. Another book. More sequences of ancient. This is blurry and illegible. Oh boy. Stories. Okay. Sword. Okay. Be your stories be or something. I think my translation stories isn't right. But I'm sure about my translation for sword is correct now. So I think word was the other thing I had seriously considered for stories. So words. So words be your sword. That's awfully complicated for let. But let would make the most sense. Let, fight, exit, and hard. Hard is an adjective, not really a verb. Harden would be the verb form. But they say hard, not hardened, so we can eliminate hard right off the bat. Next, open. We have open in the second half, so we have something and open. So move person in open. So if I'm reading through these glyphs right, so we have the move symbol, we have the verb symbol, then we have the next two symbols together I'm counting as move. Then we've got the split curlicue, which is person. So move, person, and then what I think is in, I don't have quite as good of a grasp on what I call the plumed comma or plumed bass clef. So move person in, connected to open. So that feels like let to me, and it would make sense in this context. Let words be your sword. Seems like the sort of thing book would say. Only we could read the whole volume. Why can't we? And where is all the dust coming? Where's the dust outside coming from anyway? That is an excellent question, mistress. It has considerable velocity. Yeah, winds do mean things here. A stool. Is even the stool inscribed? Someone leapt up in a hurry, I suppose. And it looks like they dropped something. Here, in the crack between the stones. A battered golden compass decorated with a ship design, dating from ancient times? Curious, though. Most compasses point towards Iox. This one doesn't. Where does it point, mistress? Out there somewhere. No inscription on the casing. Excuse me. A little hiccup. Okay. Indication of the Heaven's Vault somewhere in the Western Wash. Oh my word. We're finally getting signs of where the Heaven's Vault is. Oh. Oh my word. Oh my word. Okay, this map is maybe larger than I thought it was. Unless they just kind of mean it's generically out there. Because I thought I was gonna... Unknown ancient site. Where did we learn about that? I don't know. But, okay, the map is expanding further. This is exciting. Does the dust hurt you at all? My workings are well protected, mistress. I hope that does not disappoint you. Oh, is that a staircase? Scrawled papers. We've got to look at the scrawled papers first. Diagrams, but I can't tell what of. It's like Mayari's desk back on Iox. An open window. There's some kind of plaza back here. Multiple gods' statues. Lined with statues. They look like pieces laid out for a game. But if this is a Holy Empire site, the ancient gods shouldn't be here at all. The gods were torn down, destroyed by the Empire, like the one on Elbereth. There are no gods on Iox. So why are these gods here? Laid out reverentially? That is quite a question. Yeah, I can kind of peek through the window if I tilt things around. We're not trying the door just yet. We don't want to leave this room. We want to go upstairs. Maybe there's a way through across the roof. No. Mistress, please do not plummet anywhere. Papers. The ink on this one has run. This one is several words. Robots, return, acts, no. Ooh, it has the forbidden symbol. No. And something we don't know. Robots. Not sure about robots, actually. Return. Robots. Acts. I think this is wrong. Forget that then. Does no acts, robots, return make sense? I don't think that it does. Maybe we just don't have the info yet. Hmm. We probably don't have the info we need just yet. We do have some more solvable inscriptions, though. 3 of them. Sleep in Withering Palace. Yep. Place of rest. Good. Okay, we've got 2 more. Okay, site of the Withering Palace. Well, let's peek out here. Uh, Our friend is not going to be able to come with us if we... Ooh! Something in the sand. Almost completely buried, a heavy axe. It looks like it dates from the earliest days of the nebula. This thing is strange. I've never seen anything made to this quality before. Looks like there's something etched along the handle. There's a few words in this one. Hmm. Will. Vault. Oh. Vault will offer? Us. All. Vault will offer life to us all. Hmm. Vault will not rise. All. Save? No. Vault will save us all. Oh, we had all the words we needed already. It's a long one, but I'm sure it translates as save. Vault will save us all. By the stars. That was a long one. Is this from the vault? Heaven's vault? Most likely this comes from the same site as the telescope device. One I found on the Serpent's Eye crater. This should help us work out where to look for its location. Wonder if that ship we dug up that Renba had been looking for. I love it out here. Some people live and die on Iox. They never see anything. I can see them more
A
clearly from up
circle of
here.
stone gods staring each other down. Each
6
one
of
daring
them.
the others to blink first.
1 I know, but 5 I don't. Timor always told me there were 7 ancient gods. Now where he got that from, I have no idea. I'm gonna try that door, because I don't think it's gonna open. And then I'm gonna... Mistress! Stuck fast. I believe the wood has warped in the frame, Mistress. Try the door with the bent ceremonial knife? Nah. Anything we can use as a battering ram? How about that axe? You may not remember, Mistress, but I cannot pick anything up. Let's go back upstairs. And then let's go up these stairs. And let's look around. A fallen rock. I'm glad I wasn't standing here when that came down. Let's look further. See what we can see. Ah, the game wants us to see a pit in the ground. There's a pit in the ground down there. It's not unfinished building work. Perhaps the palace continues underground. I just need to find a way down there. Alright, let's go over into this room. What's on this table? A table set for a meeting. Looks like it ended in an argument. Could have been moments ago. The eagle and the sun. That dates this site beautifully. Okay. Poke our head out here. Aha! Something under this stone. A lightweight brass sextant dating from ancient times. The casing seems to be decorated with symbols. This one is a broken fragment from an even longer something. Lightweight brass sextant. Nebula tells of I can add my translation for tells to my dictionary now. Nebula tells of its... Huh. Let me think through this. Pilgrim, I would associate, have the god symbol. We just have the person symbol in here. Ours, it is a possessive noun, so... I mean, a possessive of some sort. Cold is out. I don't see a noun indicator, and I don't see anything super unfamiliar so as to make me think this could be cold. So ours or its. And I notice in the word songbird and serpent, we have that upside down letter Y. And it was also in robot. So I think it's maybe the object versus the person indicator, but we do also have the person indicator here. But ours I would expect some kind of plural indicator, like those 4 apostrophes on top of each other. I think maybe I've called them comets once, so... Nebula tells of its paths. Nebula tells of our paths. Both are appealing in their own sorts of way, but I'm going to go with its. Because I think that symbol on the right is associated with an it. I could still change my mind, but Nebula tells of its paths. I'd say that this comes from the same site as the battered compass in the Chronicles of Mazwa I found here earlier. There must have been a strong connection between these two places. This should help us locate the site of the ancient library of the loop. Ooh. Okay. Heaven's Vault site is pretty big. I think we've done all we can up here. Don't see a way down. 6 can't come up here anyway. I think what we're going to have to do is we're going to have to go down, we're going to have to pry the door open. Bless the rivers. Oh, this isn't the way I headed. I'm glad I'm not doing this in the dark. Me too. But I can jump this. That's a bad idea. A breach in the wall. This whole structure is intact, except here. There's no boulders, no signs of impact. I think this was demolished. Whoever dug through the floor outside broke in through here. Only why would they break down the wall when there is an open door? And not to make a way through for them. There's an open door in the hallway after all. I'm sure whoever smashed this wall down, they did it solely to make a path for a robot. Ah, that's clever. But I can jump this. I'm sure I can jump this. What kind of archaeologist can't jump over a small gap? So long as the stone on the other side doesn't break, of course. Yeah, let's jump. I can't. Not after what happened when that plank broke on Renda's dig site. The floor on the other side gave out, I'd break my neck. I'll have to go back. I wonder if I can find... So, if I replay this, because I may have said this before, but I heard there is a New Game Plus that features more difficult translations, so I'm not sure if I'm going to post videos of that, but I'm definitely interested in trying it out. But if I came here first, then I bet I could make the jump because I wouldn't be scared of it. I could at least attempt to make the jump. My next question is if really truly our only way down is to go ahead and some kind of theater? Do I think they're positioned for 7? The spacing I'm not sure. I could see that be a spacing for 6. Oh jeez. I've gotten myself a little bit lost in terms of how to get back down to where I was. Okay, this is the boardroom where there was an argument. Am I headed back down? I think I'm headed back down finally. Yes, there was this dune here. That door. I can go in that door, and then I can go back for 6. And I can open the door for 6. Mistress, maybe someone brought robots with them, built the ramp so they could get in. Or then again, maybe they took some robots away. Maybe this place housed robots. Interesting, mistress. Robots would certainly not object to the conditions here, although they would object to all the stairs. Okay, let's pry the door away. Let's try this again. Whoa! That was way louder than I expected. There. Open. But I snapped the heavy axe. I wonder what would happen if we didn't have an axe with us. Would they have an axe for us to find? Oh yeah, they just did have an axe for us to find. A third inscription. Ah, it said the knife before, now it said the axe. Wish I could have used the knife so I could have saved the axe, but... Above the far gate. Not bottom, home. I believe I remember the word home. Cool. So, come, home. So move place. Or go or path place. Trade home. It's not our. It is not. Collect doesn't make sense. Trade also, it has to become home. I'm not sure why the location symbol is in the word come. That will do for now. An open gate? Not very welcoming, though. I can't remember if I commented on the time that a time or two ago, when we went and we were at the crash site, it was very suspicious. Mistress, I do not wish to alarm you, but I am sure I heard something moving nearby. What kind of something? Stone, mistress. Stone against stone. You think the gods are coming for us? No, mistress. Rock slide. Something below. Earthquake? 6. Is there a vault here? Have we found it? Found the vault? I understood this was the Withering Palace, mistress. This place is a palace, not a vault. We've been in here. This is where we went through. we could enter this room. No, this is the room we were in, wasn't it? Yeah. I've just confused myself. So, question. How old would you say this site is exactly? I would date it back to the first days of the Holy Empire, Mistress. Probably constructed during the reign of the first Empress herself. Another book. Another few lines. This starts with a question. This one is a phrase. It's interesting to me how they used a question mark-like symbol to denote questions. Because it's like they're trying to help you out that way. But when? No, I don't think it's the word may. May. Your? Is that the word for your? Of you, so it's your. Where on our list is your? I? No, it's I. My. I'm looking for my. Not may. My. There we go. May, my. A noun. Oh, I remember this weird set. Oh, yes, it was words. Okay. May my words move? Do we have that in here? Don't think we do. Oh, give. May my words give you. I believe you can be confident of your translation for my. This one has a lot of symbols, but I think it must say words. May my words give you. Hmm. I. This is I, except it's the idea noun indicator rather than the concrete noun indicator. So there's an item in Ocarina of Time called the Eye of Truth. So truth is the first thing my mind went to. Defended does not make sense. Weep is a verb, does not make sense. Happiness could make sense, but I think I like truth better. I forget what the stars. Okay. Light? Oh yes, light. Those are the symbols for light. So, hmm. And what we see with our eyes is generally the truth unless there's illusion. So I think that I like that. May the words give you truth. It doesn't fill me with confidence. What kind of scribe has to insist that what they're writing is true? Let's ask a question. Did the first empress who declared herself holy, did she still believe in the older gods? Still fear them? Let's look at the remains of a fire. Someone huddled here to keep warm. Burned what they could find. Books, most likely. What's this? This is a yellowing river map. I think it dates back to the earliest days of Nebula. Whoever made this didn't add any kind of writing along the line of a flow. I think this comes from the same place as the sextant and battered compass we found before. People back then must have regularly frequented both these two places. This will make it easier to locate. Map is drawn. Okay. What now? There were robots here, and they must have been restricted to certain areas. There are ramps there, but everywhere else. There is no logical reason to restrict a robot mistress. What's this? A book. It looks as if something from the earliest days of the nebula. And there's some written characters. This is... Water who? I don't think that's who, because I think the water modifies it somehow. And I think the next symbol... Yes, we... I don't like acts are. We... Make, maybe? I don't know. Homes. With gods above? This does not make sense. I've done something wrong. Acts. Yeah, that was a weird thing to have. Who? No. Homes. With gods above. Are. No, that still doesn't work. Mistress, that translation is clearly incorrect. There must be another phrasing. Okay, good. Homes with above. You can slot in gods. You can slot in the word we. This doesn't feel right. Homes. Okay, we can get rid of homes. Gods above. With. Okay. I can add my translation for above to my dictionary now. This is interesting. Belong feels right. We blank with gods above. We... So belong has to do with a place abstractly. Life, be... It's kind of a verb. Yeah, belonged, belonging. Yeah, it's a verb. Yes, I'm gonna say that's good. Does we belong with gods above work? Maybe the ancients believed the gods sailed the rivers. Or perhaps people sailed the rivers and the gods lived somewhere else above that. Rivers over rivers. I'd hazard this comes from the same source as the map and the sextant. We've got a lot of information on the site of the ancient library at Loop now. This should make the site easier to find. Let's go through this door. Stuck fast. Darn it. How can we get through here? How can we get through here? Evidently, it is both like and unlike the Emperor's graveyard. Ah, we can go out to the courtyard now. I want to look at each of those statues. I feel like...
The rock had been scooped out to make a roof for the courtyard, keeping it safe from the endless storm beyond.
It's so quiet.
This was a secret place.
Some kind of ritual space. A hospital or something worse. There is something about this place, mistress. I cannot, as you might say, put my finger on it. Is this like what happened in the Dome Market Moon? I do not think so. I do not know. You came through the broken wall? Indeed, mistress, via the ramp. Constructed from a misplaced door. Heavy stone tablet. Looks like an altar to me. Is this a temple, then? Did the emperors secretly worship the ancient gods? Inscriptions. And something's been chiseled in here. Beautiful workmanship. This one is several words. Okay. Here. Every. Not every, forever. Forever here. Live. Live forever here. I like that translation. That's a strange offer to make. Not a place of healing, then. Ended by robots, perhaps? With all the gods watching. Oh boy. Let's go through here. 6 went all the way over there, or is that another robot? I think 6 went all the way over there. If 6 went all the way over there, then I can walk there easy enough. This place was built for robots. Why are there so many stairs? I don't know. It's strange, I agree. The reaching god. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Have you worked out what was troubling you yet? Yes. No. There was a chair. What kind of chair? Here. In the center of this place. A chair. On wheels. I sat down in it, mistress. They put something on my brow. Kind of chair. Golden, painted, of course, carved with leaves winding up its legs. Faces watching me. I remember the texture of the wood. I could barely lift my head, but I lifted it all the same. Mistress, I was tied. Something's happening to you, 6. There's something here doing something. I am myself, mistress. I'm not surprised if that upsets you. We should get out of here. I don't want to get out of here. I want to explore this further and see what happens. I control the hopper, mistress. I will not activate it for you. I'll step out into the storm there. You'll have to help me. I will hopper you back inside if it is required. I will leave you as raw data if it will let me think. I am remembering, mistress. I am remembering, and yet I have never forgotten. The horned goddess, the armless goddess. I think these represent different glyphs somehow. We're always going to have fun taking you apart. The breaching goddess. So does the tall god from the Serpent's Eye crater. Glyphs. I know these symbols at his feet. They read as sky. That confirms it. A sky god of sailing and rivers. I was thinking it was a different glyph. The wooden goddess from the dome market moon. Light. This isn't a word I already know. I'll have to make a guess. Sun? Light? It's a place of light. I'm gonna say light. No, I'm gonna say sun god? Place of light that's one. The sun is one light. Sun. That would explain what it's giving. The armless god. God from the domed market moon. Glyphs. Serpent? Just one word. Serpent? That would explain the lack of arms. Although it doesn't explain why the ancients worship snakes. The horned god. From the Emperor's graveyard, still weeping. Glyphs somewhere here? Ooh, maybe they're gonna keep that a secret from us. Kibenia. So does Kibenia, the water goddess. Nice to see an old friend out here. Glyphs should be what we expect. I'm already sure of these glyphs as well. They say water, as we thought. A cairn of stones. These must have been placed here deliberately. Mark this god in particular? Move the stones. I wonder if behind all of these... There. More glyphs. That might tell us who this god is. The buried god from the mine. Goddess of miners. So did miners come here? Miners from that mine? Perhaps the buried god hoppered them here. Ah, I remember him saying he did. Let's see now. I think that means ground. I already know what fire is. A goddess of the earth? A miner's goddess. That would make sense. We've talked to you, we've talked to you. The horned goddess. Most curious. Yes, I see. Hmm. Can we use it? Do you really want to? Perhaps it refracts underground. Whatever's down there. If this hopper directed one underground, mistress, then one would require another hopper inside that space to return. Is this a place of execution? A hopper set up to carry you straight into a rock? It is indeed possible. Hmm. I don't think it would do that. I want a hopper. It's gone. There's nothing more. The voices are gone. What do you think they were? Who? Friends. Children. A whole life's worth. I guess we can't. Let's look around here a little more. Uh, Something embedded in the altar. There's something in the stone here. Never seen anything like it. It's a device of some kind. Six, what do you make of it? Evidently it is old, mistress. Evidently it is very old. Hmm. Tell me something specific, robot. I would estimate the metal in this piece to be nearly 2,500 years old. That's not possible. I thought this was an Empire site. The artifact clearly predates the Empire. I did not think you were a believer of the Great Loop, mistress. And if you are not, then surely any age is possible. That's as old as anything we've ever found. Indeed, mistress. What now? The artifact in the altar appears to be aimed directly at the Hopper Eye, mistress. The thing in the altar is aligned to the Hopper Eye? I believe it is a Hopper source. Yes, mistress. A sort of emitter. Although clearly it is defunct. Okay, do you have something more that you've discovered? Mistress, I have completed my analysis of the Hopper Eye. I have sent test packets through and analyzed the minor refractions. I would like to leave now, mistress. But I cannot hopper us from under the rock. We have collected 6 ancient artifacts here. We also have pinpointed the location of a new site, the ancient library. Also, we have discovered the existence of 2 new locations of interest. An unknown site in Heaven's Hall. May I activate now, mistress? What's the matter? Are you going to tell me what that hopper does? I observed 2 things about the hopper. Individually, they are of trivial interest. Together, they are as we feared. The hopper is deadly. Quite so. This eye is flawed, mistress. Internal cracking means it can only refract some of the information passed to it. Specifically, the physical matrix is not refracted. If used, only the neural mesh would disentangle. So it's only half a hopper. Indeed, mistress. You might hopper to the eye and never arrive. My second finding, however, is more pressing. The hopper is not broken. It has been carefully engineered to function this way. But what good is a neural mesh without a physical matrix? Maybe they brought a matrix with them, like a robot. Perhaps so. Could a neural mesh be stored in a foil, perhaps? Gaia was, yeah, that's what I was saying. Shall I try the hopper one more time, mistress? Uh, we still have more to do here, I think. I actually don't think we have more to do here. We saw Kaya's face. No, we did not. We saw a mask stored within her holographic projector. Just as my face is not my own. So this hopper is a way to kill people. I don't think it's to kill. I think it's to store them. Or a way to store people, mistress. Yes, yes. A way to bottle them. I'm gonna clamber down. Wait here, Six. I'll be back. Okay, this is good. Mistress, please, do you really have to? Oh, whoa. What the? I thought we were just stepping down into a small pit that was like shallow, like
Empty, cold,
a
stale
foot or two
air.
deep. What is this place?
A cavernous space all around me.
Aaliyah, what have you found? This space is huge. And so cold. It must go right the way down to the core. What was that? I'm sure I heard something. Sure of it. I kicked a stone. That was the noise. Definitely not something moving around down there. I seem to be whispering. Okay, I am getting the sense that I'm about to start a new act in this story, but I have a little time left. Ramps for robots. No stairs. Easy now, don't want to fall. No, seriously, what was that? I definitely saw something moving. Why am I walking back up? I am not pressing buttons right now. Aaliyah's just deciding to walk back up of her own accord. Noise is gone now, I think. This place really was built for robots. They were buried in here. A palace for robots? I wonder if there's a chamber like this under IOC somewhere. I don't like it down here one little bit. This isn't a good idea. These walkways are steep and narrow, and who knows what's down here. Aaliyah really does not want to go down here. Maybe this path is better. Is this a treasure vault? You could store vast amounts here. This isn't Restinba's mysterious vault, surely. Nothing down here but darkness. I'm not so convinced of that. This is the first location where there's something here. An iron candle holder originating from the Steel Empire mine, I'd guess? Someone was exploring down here. Oil burning. Glass is the sort they blow on Elbreth. No inscription on the bracelet. This chamber was sealed up. The underground room had no way in or out. The robots were kept down there. Then someone let them out. I'm coming back, 6.
There was something down there. I'm sure of it.
We have obtained one more promising artifact here, the candle holder. I am sure Huang will want to catalog it for you. Shall I use the hopper one more time, mistress? I think we do it, yeah. Leave the moon. Stand still, mistress. Part of me would like to go back and try to push around every corner, and so we left the surface of the site of the Withering Palace, see if I could find a different way around, but enough evidence to find a previously unknown site. Okay. We're going to hop into our ship, and then we're going to be good to go for tonight. Or for today. I am recording this quite late at night. Aboard the Nightingale, we returned to the ship and sprang up into the water. Alright. Thank you for joining me today. Mistress, I should inform you that I've told Professor Mayari about the crown, and she is expecting it. Why did you do that? I might ask why you did not want me to, mistress. Now look at that inscription I found. I can't keep this from Mayari much longer. I'm sure she is desperate to see it. Okay, that's a good stopping point. Alright, everyone. Thank you so much for watching, and I'm looking forward to continuing the story. Wonder how much we have at this point. How many more places to explore. Because let's quickly look. We definitely have the site of the ancient library. That should be about one episode's worth, probably. In terms of the length of the episode. We're going to return to Elbereth, and that'll take a while. Iox is probably going to be fairly short, like maybe a half hour. Elbereth, I don't know how long that's going to be. I want to say the special new word. The Unknown Ancient Site and the Heaven's Vault both would be episodes, though I think probably, in my estimation, so probably we've got three or four more episodes, at least. We'll have to see, though. Anyway, I thank you so much for watching, and I think I've already said that, but I thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.